Hello, dear students. I am S. Harsankar, welcoming you to Standard 9 Chemistry, Chapter 1, Language of Chemistry, Part 2. In my Part 1, in my last video of same chapter, Language of Chemistry, I explained you what is a symbol, what is valency, variable valency, how to write a formula by interchanging the valencies and making a compound, etc. In this class, you will learn what is a chemical equation, what is a balanced equation, and how to write a balanced equation, and why an equation is to be balanced, etc. Now let me tell you what is a chemical equation. A chemical equation is a shorthand form of a chemical change. Let me cite you an example. Nitrogen plus hydrogen gives ammonia. By using the formula, I can write N2 plus H2 gives NH3. This is called a chemical equation. A chemical equation shows the result of a chemical change in reactants and products by using symbols and formulas. A chemical equation recalls us about the chemical nature of reactants and products, also the nature of elements involved and the direction of the reaction. When I have taken an example, N2 plus H2 gives NH3, the left hand side there are two atoms of nitrogen and two atoms of hydrogen, which combine to form one molecule of ammonia that contains one atom of nitrogen and three atoms of hydrogen. Now come to learn what is a balanced equation. A balanced equation is one in which the number of atoms of each element is the same on the side of the reactants and on the side of the products. All equations must be balanced in order to comply with the law of conservation of matter. What is law of conservation of matter? It states that matter can neither be created nor destroyed in the course of a chemical reaction. Let me tell you once again, what is law of conservation of matter? Law of conservation of matter states that matter can neither be created nor destroyed in the course of a chemical reaction. In order to balance an equation, the formula of the reactants and products are fixed. A chemical equation can be balanced by taking an appropriate number of the atoms or molecules of the reactants and the products concerned. The substances that are present in left side are called reactants, and the substances that are produced after the reaction are called products. So number of atoms in reactant side is equal to number of atoms in product side. Usually atoms in left side must be equal to atoms in the right side. If the number of atoms on both sides are not equal, then it is called an unbalanced equation or skeletal equation. So an unbalanced equation must be balanced. Let me take some examples how to balance an equation. Example number 1. N2 plus H2 gives NH3. In reactant side, nitrogen plus hydrogen gives the product side ammonia. If you take the number of atoms on a reactant side and the number of atoms in product side, this is not a balanced equation. Why? Because in reactant side there are 2 atoms of nitrogen and 2 atoms of hydrogen, but in product side only 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen, which imbalance the equation. So in order to make the balanced equation, number of atoms of each element on both sides must be equal. So we have to place the digits in front part of the element, not in the middle. So on balancing, N2 plus 3H2 now gives 2NH3. Here this is a balanced equation. Why? Because in reactant side 2 atoms of nitrogen we found, and on the product side 2 atoms of nitrogen. Similarly, in the reactant side there are 6 atoms of hydrogen, and in product side there are 6 atoms of hydrogen because it is 2H3. Now, second example, zinc sulfide plus oxygen gives zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide. Symbolically, ZnS plus O2 gives ZnO plus SO2. On balance the equation, in order to make the number of atoms same on both sides, here 2 ZnS plus 3 O2 gives 2 ZnO plus 2 SO2. Balancing the equation must be done on hit and trail method. That implies we will take some digits on reactant side and on product side. If the number of atoms on both the sides are not equal, then we have to change the digits as per the need in order to make both sides, the reactants and the products, equal number of atoms. So in example 2, 2ZnS plus 3O2 gives 2ZnO plus 2SO2, so that the number of atoms of zinc, sulfur and oxygen in reactant side is equal to the number of atoms of zinc, sulfur and oxygen in product side. Now example number 3, magnesium Mg plus carbon dioxide CO2 gives MgO plus C. It is not a balanced equation. Why? Because number of oxygen atoms in reactant side is 2 and number of oxygen atoms on product side is 1. So it is an unbalanced equation. So in order to make it an equation balanced, then we have to place 2Mg plus CO2 so that it forms 2MgO plus C. Example number 4. K plus H2O gives KOH plus H2. In reactant side, number of hydrogen atoms are 2. The product side, number of hydrogen atoms we found 3. So it is an unbalanced equation. After balance the equation, comparing both sides, number of atoms of each element, we make 2K plus 2H2O gives rise to 2KOH plus H2. Now the number of atoms of each element both sides remains same. Now the last example is SO2 plus O2 gives SO3. Here in reactant side, number of oxygen atoms is 4, number of oxygen atoms in product side is 3. So it is an unbalanced equation. So after making the same number of atoms of each element both sides, it gives 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3. So dear students, you came to know how to balance an equation. In my next video, part 3, I will teach you how to calculate the relative molecular mass of some compounds. Thank you dear students for watching this video.